Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another walkthrough. This time I'm going to be playing Divinity Original Sin. This is obviously the Enhanced Edition. I'm actually going to play on Tactician mode. It's fairly difficult without being absolutely ridiculous like Honor mode. Honor mode is, I think, what does it say there? You get a single save. So we're not going to do that. That's not going to interest me at all. This game is way too tough to try to go through on one single save. So anyone willing to take on that task has my respect. But like I said, I'm gonna go with Tactician mode here, and let's fire this up and do some character creation. That's actually going to be this first video. That's really all I'm going to do is do a little character creation, and then we'll call it a day. So what I'm going to do here, I've already played through this game on Tactician mode twice, actually. The first time I played, I made what did I make? I made like a dual-wielding, like a physical damage type person. And then I think my other main character was like a buffer. Like yeah, I guess that's what I would call it. And then this playthrough, I'm actually gonna do actually like my second playthrough. I made two.
Hold!
I think they're.
Our enemies have laid a trap.
Well, they're Inquisitors, or that's what they're gonna start out as. I only picked Inquisitor because that's the only way that you can start out with two wands. So both of my characters are going to be dual-wielding wands. I like wands. I think they're pretty cool weapons. The good thing about them is they don't miss. The only problem, though, with them, maybe I shouldn't say the only problem. There's kind of two problems with them. You have to watch where you're standing, because this game has got an interesting kind of like, almost say like environmental effects. So there's the Inquisitor. So there you've got, what is that? One like lightning-based wand and then one fire-based. So there's some interesting things that you can do with that, and we're going to go over those a bit more when it becomes a little more relevant. But my first character here, what is this? Nicolita. That's what I'm going with the name. I'm going to make this my leader, and so my skills are going to be a little bit more. I don't know, I guess with that in mind. Bartering and charisma here, I don't find either of those two all that useful. Leadership, however, is really, really good, so I'm going to put a point in that. Lucky Charm is pretty good too. It says it increases like your offense rating. Oh, and then, yeah, what else is it? Luck in finding extra treasure. As far as the extra treasure thing, I guess that's kind of cool, but I guess keep in mind the game, because of the way that the shops restore their inventory, you don't really have to worry about that too much. You'll be able to essentially get an infinite amount of money, and I think most of the really, really good stuff you can actually just buy off of vendors. There's some randomness to it, but I guess just keep that in mind. So for my, what are these? I missed what this is. Is this skills or like passive skills? I have the info thing turned on, so I'm going with know-it-all. So everyone's talents, that's what it was. Okay, so you only get 2 points for the time being. You'll get more as you level up. That's with all of these. So you've got attributes, abilities, talents, and skills. And I kind of just realized now actually that I don't think I messed around with my attributes at all, and I don't know if that was a good idea or not. So I don't know. I guess we'll take a look at that a little bit later. But alright, so anyways, talents are kind of just like passives that are always active. And I went with Pet Pal. That lets you speak with animals. I don't know, it's kind of useful. And again, because I'm this is going to be my leader. That's why I went with her. And then what else did I do? Know it all. So it says something like people's opinion of you is reduced a little bit, but I don't know that that's all that. I don't know that that's a big deal. I don't really know what that really does. But yeah, it says something like it reduces their opinion of you by 20. Oh, now I remember. That has to do with like buying and selling, like how much you get, or how much you can sell items to a person for, as well as the buying price if you buy from them. So again, that's one of those things that I don't really care that much about. But I did get the 1 extra point of intelligence, which I like. And then I went with, what was it, Fast Track, Summon Spider, and the Heal, I think. Yeah. And the reason why I did that, I think it's really good to have at least one character with a heal spell right away. Because you're going to run into problems if you can't heal yourself. So I would recommend either that, or the Man-at-Arms has a heal, was it Heal Wounds or something like that? And that one's pretty decent too. The only problem with that, I think, is you have to be, like, if you want to use it on somebody else, I think you have to be close to them. I could be wrong on that. It's been a long time since I
may have
played
a blade or two that could use a honing.
a character with the man. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not that I haven't played a character with Man-at-Arms. It's just that it's been a long time since I played this game in general. So yeah. Anyways. So here I'm just gonna make the second character. This one's gonna be more, I would say, probably more like offense oriented, just because I'm gonna be able to. I have all of the like leader stuff taken care of, so I don't have to worry too much about the rest. But here we're gonna set up another Inquisitor, and then I'll change my skills up a bit accordingly. Get rid of the two talents that you get there. It's funny that I completely forgot about the attributes. So I'm gonna have to probably go over that in the next video, because like I said, like just right now is kind of when I realized that I didn't even really look at the attributes. So it's kind of, I wouldn't say self-explanatory, but the great thing is you can hit the Y button and it'll give you info about these different basically everything. Really, if you have a question about something, you can take a look. The reason why I kind of set up this way, I like having the Summon Spider, because you can basically, you can do exactly what it says, is you can summon a spider, and it's essentially just adds another character for a few rounds of combat. And a lot of times I find that that's really useful, because it's just another target for the NPCs or the computer to target. So it can kind of take some heat off of your characters and kind of just make like a kind of like a little temporary tank, I guess I'd say. So I find them useful. I find a lot of the summon spells pretty useful. There's going to be more throughout the game, but for the time being, that's what we've got. So I'm going to go with Know It All on this character, and then I don't remember what else. I think I picked... There's no reason to have 2 people with Pet Pal, so don't do that. You can take a look at these different abilities. I think it might be Walk It Off. No, it's Water Rush. Okay, so Water Rush is kind of nice because when you get low on HP, I think it's below 30% health, you'll get like more action points and stuff every turn, so that's why I went with that. Elemental Affinity is another really good one for Inquisitors, because you're most likely going to be doing a bit of spell casting, and if you're standing in like we'll say you're standing in like a puddle of water, your Hydrosophist, I think those are the skills, will cost less AP. So it's an interesting one, but it's I generally stay away from those type of abilities where it like requires you to be, standing in something, or it's just not active all the time. So again, I generally stay away from those. There's some other ones like there's a talent that when you stand in blood, you'll restore your health. like that's kind of cool, but not all of the enemies have blood. So, you know, again, that's another one of those kind of abilities where it's kind of neat sometimes, but I don't know how useful it really is. I guess maybe like over the course of the game, you could probably argue that it's pretty good, but I don't find that I'm going to be bothering. And now, so I took Scoundrel on my main character because eventually I'm going to be using that character to do probably a lot of stealing. And there's an ability with the Scoundrel that makes your character invisible, and it makes stealing so much easier than trying to sneak. Because there's kind of like two ways to steal things, and I'll go over that a bit more later, I guess. But my final skill there that I'm taking is, what is that, Bless? Yeah, Bless. And that's going to increase your character's chance to hit. Now, with wands, you don't have to worry about that. You're not going to miss. The only thing that you really have to worry about is like elemental defenses versus.
The sorcerers of Riverlong cured the
Sorry, I'm going to
sick
let this
and
play.
healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off in the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. That's the kind of opening scene. But anyways, you know what? I'm gonna have to actually call it a day on this video. Yeah, we're running out of time here, so I'll talk a little bit more about some of the character development stuff in the next video. But like I said, I'm about out of time here, so I hope this guide was helpful, and I hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.